All right, Khan, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Hashem, Hamashiach, Yahushua. This is Brother Jeremiah.
So Zion.
Coming at you, sons of Jacob, coming at you, bringing you a quick breakdown, quick lesson over the Valentine's Day, which people are celebrating today. All the wickedness that people are celebrating on the earth. We're going to bring it out and show you the truth and what the Bible has to say about it, and bring you some articles on top of that. And we actually got a little video we want to bring out too. So we'll go ahead and get started with this article. Go ahead.
The real history of Valentine's Day, from the Ricus Roman festival to Christian martyrs to medieval celebrations of spring, we explore the origins of our most romantic holiday.
Okay.
Valentine's Day today is a sweet day of pinks and purples, boxes of chocolate, and bouquets. School children craft cute boxes to collect Valentines from classmates, while we plan romantic dinners and exchange sentimental gifts with our one and only. But the holiday history is a bit more complicated. Here we give you a succinct yet informative Valentine's Day history from the origins of this celebration day. Students of history might often ask if the day has pagan origins or spiritual ones, and what the meaning of the day was originally intended to be. You might also wonder how it became a romantic holiday, as we eventually a commercial one. To answer these questions and more, we're sharing some basic Valentine's Day facts. So if we go down a little bit, where does the name Valentine come from? The holiday is aptly named after Saint Valentine, who exactly was he? Valentine is likely based on a combination of two Valentines who were executed on February 14 in different years by Roman Emperor Claudius II. In the 3rd century ACE, according to NPR, the Catholic Church may have established St. Valentine's Day to honor these two martyrs. And if we scroll back down, does Valentine's Day have pagan origins? There was a mid-February fertility festival in ancient Rome called Lupercalia, which some believe is the forerunner to Valentine's Day, and the rest of the paragraph is not PG. Dedicated to the Roman god of agriculture, Phanos, and Roman founders Romulus and Remus, this feast is debauchery involved in ritual where an order of Roman priests ran naked through the streets, gently slapping women with the blood-soaked hides of sacrificed animals. Yes, really, which they believed promoted fertility. Later notes, Britannica.com, the women would be paired off with men by lottery. And that's all for that.
So we see that it's a lot of paganism. It's a lot of folly going into Valentine's Day. And when you get deeper off into it, you're going to see too that, it started off, of course, with Babylon and, their gods and their beliefs. And then it later came into Rome, Roman culture and their belief. They just took other gods. They just kept switching gods. So let me get Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 16, Baba Kusha.
This is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
Right. So Esau profanes anything and everything that he touches. Esau profanes it. He makes it unclean. He makes it wicked. He twists things around. Esau wasn't given a God. He wasn't given a God like we have a God, like the nation of Israel has a God. So that it makes sense why he would perverse things. He would pervert things. So Esau was very perverted. It says, read it for me one more time.
It says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau.
So he's fornicator and profane. A fornicator and a profane person. That's what Esau does. He just profanes and fornicates everywhere. This is why you see a lot of their holidays are about sex. It's a lot about, even the symbol of a heart. It's supposed, from my understanding, and I need to do a little bit deeper research into it, but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be far-fetched. It goes into a lady's butt. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where they get it from. They get it from the shape of a woman's butt. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, I wasn't going to bring this out just yet. So, but nevertheless, Esau is a profane person, man. They profane anything and everything they touch. They don't take things seriously. And it's because they don't have a God. They don't have a true and living God. Did you have something you want to jump on? Let me get that Psalms chapter 147 and 19.
This is Psalms 147, verse 19 through 20. He sheweth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord.
So the Most High God has only known the nation of Israel. He's only dealt with the nation of Israel. The Most High God hasn't dealt with anyone else, right? So it makes sense to know why Esau is the way he is. Esau is the way he is because he doesn't have a God, right? He doesn't have a God to worship. So it makes sense for him to pervert everything. Everything is based around sex. And we see that today. We see that with the NFL, the halftime shows. We see that with everything that they do. Anything and everything that they do, right? Anything that they worship, it goes into sex. So it's nothing new when it comes to their holidays, right? Let me get that Amos chapter 3, verse 1.
Amos chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
God said what?
You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
So he said he's only known the nation of Israel. He's only dealt with the nation of Israel. And we know the Most High God don't change. He doesn't change. So he's only dealt with and he's only known the nation of Israel, right? Was there more?
Yeah. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Right. So he's only punishing the nation of Israel. It's very simple. It's very easy to understand. Let me get Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Because the Most High God gave us specifics on what we're supposed to do, how we're supposed to move and operate in this world. Are we supposed to follow after them or not? Let's hear what he had to say.
Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1 through 3. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Right. So to the nation of Israel, he told us to don't learn after the heathens. Go ahead.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
Come on.
For the custom of the people are vain.
For the customs of the people are vain. We got to stop doing the same things that they're doing. Right. What the Most High God told us and taught us what to do is not grievous to us. This is not like we got one day of year. They're telling us that we're supposed to bring flowers to our loved one. Right? Is that what you're saying? Like we got one Mother's Day and Father's Day. So you only honor your mother and your father one time a year? That's off. Go ahead.
You got Jake hitting on his wife, right? And the one day he treats her like himself, as the Bible say to do, is on Valentine's Day. So it's crazy that all these toxic relationships have a peace truth or treaty on Valentine's Day.
Right. So Esau and following after these other nations is going completely off, man. We're not supposed to. The customs of the people are vain. They mean nothing. They amount to nothing. We got to come back and start worshiping the Most High God in spirit and in truth. Was there more on that?
It says, for the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe.
Let me get Job chapter 14 and verse 4.
This is Job chapter 14, verse 4. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean?
This is what Esau will try to do. They will try to bring something clean out of an unclean thing. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to bring something clean out of an unclean thing or something that was unclean and try to make it clean. Spiritually, this is not the moves that the Most High God is telling us to do, telling us to make. Is there more?
Not one.
Read that again for me.
Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one.
Not one. That's all I want on that one. Let me get Psalms chapter 64, verse 5.
Psalms chapter 64, verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. they commune of lying snares privily.
So
and
it said they encourage themselves of evil matters. They find out these other gods, right? They find out these things, whether it be wicked or not. Zion just went over that article over how he was whipping them and what else was he doing? I was hoping you was going to elaborate a little bit on it.
I was like, it says Roman priests ran naked through the streets, gently slapping women with the blood-soaked hides of sacrificed animals.
So they was going around hitting women with blood-soaked. What was it? Blood-soaked
hides of sacrificed animals.
Blood-soaked hides of sacrificed animals. So there was, I mean, the wickedness of Esau, man, and it was all based around what is it called? Fertility, right? Women would literally have babies just to sacrifice them on this day, so that they can have more babies. How wicked is that, man? How wicked is that? That's some wicked stuff, man. We got a video too that I want to show. I want us to show too.
Let's get it right now.
I want to go ahead and get this scripture one more time. It's Psalms chapter 64 and verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter, and they commune of lying snares privily. So they gather together and they commune amongst themselves, and they talk about evil stuff to do, snares to lay to the nation of Israel and to whoever agrees with them, man. This is what they do. They commune together, right? Let's go ahead and get that video. Actually, yeah, we'll get that video. We'll come back to this precept.
Realize that Valentine's Day is the celebration of somebody's execution, right? What? Yeah, it's the feast of St. Valentine. He was executed because he was helping people.
You know what? I'm going to look this up.
It's a day about death, Dad.
Oh, God, you're right.
Valentine's Day is a day of death.
Ah, it was first celebrated by the Romans. So hot. They called it the Feast of Lupercalia. They would slaughter goats and dogs and beat women with the hides. And then they would have a lottery where men would draw women's names out of a jar, and the women would have to couple with that man for the rest of the celebration. You know what? Let's go with the execution thing.
Hey, the Bible don't lie, man. Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau. Esau is profane and he's a fornicator, man. Everything they do is based around sex, whether it be slaying animals, whether it be celebrating holidays, whether it be something that you think is supposed to be a good thing. It's all based around sex, man. And there's numerous of articles talking about the origin of Valentine's Day. Talks about the origin of it and how it's pagan. Pagan means it don't have nothing to do with the Most High God, Yahweh, of the nation of Israel, right? So, hey, Esau's profane, man. We got to learn that anything that comes from Esau is going to be twisted. It's going to be wicked. Let me get that Job chapter 14 and verse 4 again. I want to go into that again. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Psalms chapter 64, 5.
This is Psalms chapter 64, verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of lying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep.
Man, listen, they search out iniquities and accomplish a diligent search, right? It says both inward thoughts and every one of them. Bro, they are wicked. The Bible is telling you that these heathens are wicked, and we got to stop following after them. They're following any deep, dark desire in their heart to get our people to follow. They search out iniquities. This is what they do. They search out sin to try to get us to follow. They commune together. They get in groups together to find out what sin is best that's going to entice people to follow. That's what they're doing. Let me get that Malachi chapter 1 and verse 4. It's like in Malachi 1, and we'll start at the top.
It's Malachi 1, verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord by Israel by Malachi, to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, said the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, the people against whom the Lord had indignation forever.
The Most High God has indignation, strong hatred to the nation of Israel. I'm sorry, Salakia. Strong hatred to the nation of Edom. Hey, strong hatred to the nation of Edom forever, man. So we got to understand, it said that they're the border of wickedness. Edom is the border of wickedness, man. And they increase. Let me get First Maccabees chapter 1. And go ahead and start at verse 9. So we can cut it.
This is First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 9. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after many years. And evils were multiplied in the earth.
And evils were multiplied on the earth. When Esau gained authority over the earth, evil multiplied on the earth. Evil multiplied on the earth. Esau is wicked, man. Esau is wicked. And one of the strong reasons why is because he doesn't have a God, right? And he's profane and he's perverse. He's wicked. That is a wicked nation, man. And we got to learn how to stay away from following after the customs of them. Let me get First Ezra chapter 4, verse 26 through 27. And this is going to be pretty much the last one because I'm just going to make a point off of this.
This is First Ezra chapter 4, verse 26, verse 27. Yea, many there be that have ran out of their wits for women.
And a lot of people, a lot of men run out of their wits for women. A lot of men, they'll go and do anything and everything and become a slave and a servant unto a woman when they know they're not supposed to, right? They'll do this holiday and they know it's pagan. Gladly. They'll do it gladly, man. This is a problem. This is a big issue, right? And we need strong men. We need strong men to learn how to stand up and say no when they need to let their yes be yeses and their no's be no's. They need to stand on their square, right? They need to stand on their feet, man. They need to be serious about what they say. And if it don't go well, which it probably won't, then you got to learn how to make executive decisions. Go ahead.
Run out of their wits for women.
They run out of their wits for women. Go ahead.
And became servants for their sake.
They became servants for the woman's sake. Go ahead.
Many also have perished, have erred and sinned for women.
They have erred and sinned for women. And we see it all the time. It is so common in our community. And we got to learn how to stop, man. We got to learn how to say enough is enough.
All right.
And we know it's not going to happen. We know the majority of the men in this world, they going to go ahead and do it. They're going to go ahead and operate in this way. They're going to go ahead and celebrate these wicked holidays. They're not going to step up and be a man, right? They don't know how to show themselves to be a man. Did you have a point?
Yeah, and that's why building up and staying in the truth and building up your self-temperance, because in the world, they'll do anything for the box, the private part, right? But that's why you build yourself up in the spirit, so you resist that and can control your own spirit.
God, man. So with that, man, just a quick little exhortation, a quick little lesson over how dark and wicked this holiday is, man. If you didn't know, now you know. This place, man, it's got to go, man. This place is very wicked and very evil. So, with that, man, Lord willing, y'all got some understanding. Lord willing, you know that the customs of the heathen are vain. Don't celebrate Valentine's Day and none of the holidays that they try to entice us to celebrate. So with that, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Bahashim, Hamashiach, Yahushua, Shalom.
Shalom.